So I want to show you something I did. I don't know if it's gonna get copyrighted because of the video. I hope it's not. So basically what I want to show you guys today is what did I use, what resources did I use, how did I use those resources, and well, basically how did I organize everything on my dock. I'm working on Studio Pro by Fender, formerly known as Studio One. I have two main folders. I have all my MIDIs, right, and some subfolders. What I use for the background, what I use for the intro, and what I use for the transitions. And on the next folder, I have all my audio files. Same subfolders, intro, background, transitions. I like doing it this way because if I need to change anything, if I need to recompose anything or do any adjustments, I can go back to the MIDIs, do the changes, render it again, and that's it. I'm all in the same project. So I think it's pretty useful if they're not very big projects like this one. So we'll give it a try. So what do I have first? Let's go with the MIDIs. And for the background, I have 4 different layers. I have 2 of them more focused on the low end, 2 of them more focused on the mid to high range. So for the first layer, I use Dystropia by Heaviosity. I think they have very cool textures, and let's see what this sounds like. So it is this constant which in my opinion, it automatically sets the mood and it adds tension. Hey, this is a little commercial. If you didn't know, this channel is now officially the home of the intersection of metal, cinema, and sound design. So if you are in a band, if you're a filmmaker and you're looking for a composer who helps you with music, soundscapes, or sound design, let me know. I'm right here. I'm taking projects for March and April. Let me know in the comments. You have also my social media, my email right here. Reach me out and it'll be very, very cool to work with you. Let's go back with the video. Then for the second low end layer, I have, again, another instance of Dystropia. I have these WW2 bomber dives and it sounds like this. Which is something you would expect on if you're in an empty space. So at least that is what I imagine. So I decided to go with that. And for the other 2 layers, I have this first that I call harmonics. And guess what? There's another Dystropia instance. I like it because it sounds creepy. It has this toy box kind of sound, so I think it's kind of spooky. And even if it doesn't have to do entirely with the background concept, I liked it. So last but not least, for the last layer, I used a sample one with a sample I did way back ago. I just loaded into this sample one instance. Here on loop, I selected ping pong, so it goes back and forth. And it is this metallic layer, this high-pitched metallic layer. Of course, adds a lot of tension. All the backgrounds sound like this. Then for the second subfolder, let's go with the intro folder. And this is very, very simple. I have a brass section, a low brass section, and I went with Pandora by Project Sound. And I made it a little longer. You see this orange, red kind of light. It means it's too much. It's too much. It's not going to sound as natural as an instrument will sound. But that wasn't the purpose of the piece. So I don't see any problem. It sounds like this. simple, effective. Again, it sets the mood. And for the second part of this intro, I went with Machina by Heaviosity as well. And I used the impacts patch, and it is sound like this. And I have all these transitions where going down, floor by floor. So on each change, we have a different transition. So I'm using these whooshes, what I call whooshes by Devastator Breakout. So they sound something like this. And something very important is that as we're switching floors, since we're going down, I decided that it was a very good idea to play a little with the pitch. So basically, I went with this curve right here, right in the middle. I set another point. I went with the curves right here, minus 1.52. This one on minus 1.25. And what I wanted to do with this, or what I tried to achieve with this, was this feeling that the lower you go, the worse it's gonna get. So I think this was a good alternative. And also I use these other whooshes. Last but not least, something I didn't add on the MIDI because I added in post-production was some glitches that you can see by the end of the trailer. When you see the title, the release date. Let's see. Again, it is a sample that I have from years ago. I only chopped it, didn't process them, so I just did the cuts and that's it. And for the last part, if I see right here in the name of the track, it's called Reverse Scream because it is actually a scream. I took a Miyagoth scream. Actually, you know what? Let me show you. It is right here. Pretty cool scream. So basically what I did right here, let me do it again. I took the audio and solo it. Of course, I just need the screen part. We need to cut right here. Also right here. Hit Shift X so we can have just subtle crossfades. And if you work with Studio Pro, you have these macros, right? Go up here to the macros, and under the add effects, you have this reverse reverb, right? So just select the track, click on reverse reverb, and bam, that's it. Very simple. Of course, I just cut it right what I needed. So let me show you the video again. Altogether in context, it sounds like this. Any processing was basically a lot of EQ on the background. Since I was two different low-end layers, I decided to cut the highs. Let me show you. Just go to the highs on this layer. Go to the highs. Also this frequency that was a little annoying. That's it. It's pretty much everything I did. On the second layer right here, from the opposite, as you can see right here, the lowest frequencies are around 30s, 100 hertz, something like that. So it is basically what I did. I just cut it. Of course, I just needed the mid range from the second layer. Like, so when you have them together, they don't clash, they don't stack, right? Pretty cool. You just added some subtle compression first layer. Also with the harmonics, wait, toy box, whatever. I just cut out the low end. Didn't need those frequencies because they're basically inexistent. And I used a revival and an edgy stress to get more flavor to it. Then on the next harmonic, the metallic texture, same. An EQ, cut it with all the frequencies until the 3K. Put a decapitator on it. A lot of drive, as you can see, fully wet. And yeah, that's pretty much it. To the whooshes for the transitions, just an EQ, subtle EQ, added a little reverb, and on these more subtle transitions with the softer transitions, same. Did this weird EQ. I just wanted a real subtle layer, and I added another edgy stress. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. That is basically the basic structure of the trailer. So now let's go watch the full results. Again, I hope it doesn't get copyrighted. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Easy peasy. If you liked the video, if it was helpful for you, give it a like, subscribe, share with your friends or with someone who might need this video. You take care, have an amazing day, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.